Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn most important MCQ on President of India. Your first question, under which article of the Indian Constitution is the office of the President of India mentioned? Correct answer, Article 52. Article 52 states there shall be a President of India. It establishes the office of the President as the head of the Indian states. This ensures India has a single executive head at all times. The President is the constitutional head, while the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers exercise real executive powers. Next question. Which article of the Indian Constitution vested the executive power of the Union in the President? Correct answer, Article 53. Article 53. The executive powers of the Union shall be vested in the President and shall be exercised by him either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the Constitution. While the President holds the executive powers, they are exercised on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Thus, India follows a parliamentary system, not a presidential system. Next question. According to the Constitution, which article provides for the election of the President of India? Correct answer, Article 54. Article 54 deals with the election of the President. The President is elected by an electoral college which consists of elected members of both houses of Parliament, elected members of the legislative assemblies of the states and union territories of Delhi and Puducherry, nominated members of Parliament and state legislature do not participate in this election. Next question. Which article of the Constitution describes the manner of election of the President? Correct answer, Article 55. Article 55 provides for the manner of election of the President to ensure uniformity. Key provision: proportional representation by means of a single transferable vote, secret ballot voting, value of vote of an MLA equal to population of state by elected MLAs of state by 1000, value of vote of an MP equal to total value of votes of MLAs by total member of elected MPs. This system ensures balance between state and union in the president election. Next question. What is the term of the President of India as per the Constitution? Correct answer, 5 years. Article 56. The President holds office for 5 years from the date he enters upon office. He continues to hold office until his successor assumes charge. The President can resign at any time by addressing resignation to the Vice President. He can also be removed through impeachment for violation of the Constitution. Next question. Under which article is a President eligible for re-election after completing his/her term? Correct answer, Article 57. Article 57. A person who holds or has held office as President shall, subject to the other provisions of Constitution, be eligible for re-election to that office. There is no limit on the number of terms a President can serve. Example, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, first President of India, served 2 terms, 1950 to 1962. Next question. What is the minimum age required to be elected as the President of India? Correct answer 35 years. Article 58 provides the qualification for election as President. Must be a citizen of India. Must have completed 35 years of age. Must be qualified for election as a member of the Lok Sabha. Must not hold any office of profit under the Government of India or any state. Next question. Which article of the Indian Constitution mentions that the President shall not hold any office of profit during his term? Correct answer Article 59. Article 59 lays conditions of the President's office. The President shall not be a member of either House of Parliament or state legislature. If elected as President while being an MP or MLA, he is deemed to have vacated his seat. The President shall not hold any office of profit. The President is entitled to an official residence and emoluments, allowances, and privileges determined by Parliament. Next question. Who administers the oath of office to the President of India? Correct answer Chief Justice of India. Article 60 provides for the oath of the President. The President takes oath before the Chief Justice of India or in his absence the senior most judges of the Supreme Court. The oath includes faithfully executing the office of President, preserving, protecting, and defending the Constitution, serving and safeguarding the people of India. Next question. The procedure for the impeachment of the President is given in which of the Indian Constitution? Correct answer Article 61. Article 61 Procedure for impeachment of the President. The President can be removed only for violation of the Constitution. Procedure Resolution can be initiated in either House of Parliament. Request support of two-thirds majority of total membership of that House. The other House investigates search and must also pass it with a two-thirds majority. He is a quasi-judicial process. Next question. Within how many months an election be held to fill a vacancy in the office of President? Correct answer 6 months. Article 62 Time of holding election to fill vacancy in the office of President. If the office falls vacant due to expiry of term, election must completed before the expiry. If the vacancy is due to death, resignation, removal, election must be held within 6 months. The Vice President acts as the President until a new President is elected. Next question. Who has the power to summon, prorogue and dissolve the Lok Sabha? Correct answer President of India. The President summons each House of Parliament at least twice a year and not more than 6 months shall be elapsed between two sessions. He also has the power to prorogue and dissolve the Lok Sabha. However, it is done on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Next question. Article 108 of the Indian Constitution relates to which legislative power of the President? Correct answer Joint sitting of Parliament. Article 108 empowers the President to summon both houses to meet in a joint sitting in case of deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Joint sitting is presided over by the Speaker of Lok Sabha, applicable only in case of ordinary bills and money bills. Next question. The President's address to Parliament is a legislative power mentioned under which article? Correct answer, Article 87. Article 87 is a provision in the Constitution of India concerning the special address by the President to both houses of Parliament. The President addresses both houses of Parliament assembled together at the beginning of the first session after each general election and at the session of every year. This is called the President's address or speech from the throne. Next question. How many members can the President nominate to the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha respectively? Correct answer, 12 and 2. The President can nominate 12 members to Rajya Sabha for field of arts, literature, science and social service, 2 members to the Lok Sabha from the Anglo-Indian community if it is not adequately represented. Next question. The power of President regarding the disqualification of MPs is exercised in consultation with which authority? Correct answer, Election Commission of India. The President decides on questions relating to the disqualification of MPs. However, he must act according to the opinion of the Election Commission of India. Grounds of disqualification are mentioned in Article 102 and 191. Next question. The President of India promulgates ordinance when? Correct answer, Parliament is not in session. Article 123 Ordinance making power of the President. When Parliament is not in session and immediate law-making is necessary, the President can issue ordinance. Ordinances have the same force as laws of Parliament but must be approved by Parliament within 6 weeks of reassembly, otherwise they cease to operate. Next question. Which of the following statements regarding presidential assent to bills is correct? Correct answer. President can give, withhold or retard a bill for reconsideration. Every bill passed by Parliament requires the President's assent before becoming law. Option available: give assent, withhold assent, return the bill for reconsideration. If Parliament passed it again, the President must have give assent. Next question. The President may appoint any member of either House of Parliament to perform which legislative functions? Correct answer, to preside when Speaker and Deputy Speaker are absent. Article 95 and 91. If the Speaker or Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha or Chairman or Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha are absent, the President can appoint any member of the respective House to preside over proceedings. Next question. Which of the following bills can only be introduced in Parliament with the prior recommendation of the President? Correct answer, Money Bill. The President has an important role in the financial matters of the country. A money bill can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha with the prior recommendation of the President. Without presidential recommendation, such bills cannot be introduced. Next question. No demand for a grant in the Parliament can be made except on the recommendation of whom? Correct answer, President of India. Under the financial powers, no demand for a grant can be made in Parliament except on the recommendation of the President. This ensures that expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India is controlled by the Executive. Next question. The annual financial statement is presented to Parliament under which article of the Constitution? Correct answer, Article 112. Article 112 of the Indian Constitution provides for the presentation of the annual financial statement before both House of Parliament. The President causes the budget to be laid before Parliament every year, making it one of his financial powers. Next question. The President can make advances to meet unforeseen expenditure from which fund? Correct answer. Contingency Fund of India. The Contingency Fund of India is placed at the disposal of the President in case of urgent or unforeseen expenditure. The President can authorize advances from this fund. Later, Parliament approves this expenditure through appropriation. Next question. The Finance Commission is constituted by the President after every 10 years. Correct answer. 5 years. Under Article 280, the President constitutes a Finance Commission every 5 years. Its main function is to recommend the distribution of taxes between the Union and the state and other financial matters. Next question. Who appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges of the Supreme Court? Correct answer. President of India. The President of India appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts. He exercises this power after consultation with the judges as required under Article 124. Next question. Who is the Supreme Commander of the Defence Forces of India? Correct answer. President of India. The President of India is the Supreme Commander of the Defence Forces. Though real control lies with the Cabinet headed by the Prime Minister, the President holds the supreme constitutional authority in the military matters. Next question. The chiefs of the Army, Navy and Air Force are appointed by whom? Correct answer. President of India. As Supreme Commander of Defence Forces, the President appoints the Chief of Army, Navy and Air Force. These appointments are made on the advice of the Union Cabinet. Next question. The power to declare war or conclude peace lies with whom in India? Correct answer. President of India. Under the Constitution, the President has the power to declare war or conclude peace. However, this power is exercised subject to the approval of Parliament. In practice, it is based on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Next question. Who has the authority to negotiate and sign international treaties and agreement in India? Correct answer. President of India. The President of India represents the nation in international affairs. He negotiates and signs treaties and agreements with foreign countries. However, such treaties require approval of Parliament before implementation. Next question. The power to send, receive diplomats rests with. Correct answer. President of India. The President appoints ambassadors and high commissioners to other countries and receives their foreign representatives. This ensures India's diplomatic relations are constitutionally headed by the President. Next question. Whose name are all executive actions of the Union of India taken in? Correct answer. President of India. According to Article 53, all executive powers of the Union are vested in the President. Every government order, contract and decision is issued in the name of the President. Next question. Who among the following is not appointed by the President of India? Correct answer. Governor of the Reserve Bank of India. the President appoints Prime Minister, Union Minister, Attorney General, Governors, CGI and Supreme Court, High Court judges, Clerk, UPSC members, election commissioners, finance commission, etc. The RBI governor is appointed by the Government of India. Next question. Article 78 of the Indian Constitution deals with the which duty of the Prime Minister towards the President? Correct answer. To communicate all decisions of the Council of Ministers. Article 78 makes it obligatory for the Prime Minister to communicate decisions of the Council of Ministers to the President. This ensures the President remains informed about governance. Next question. Under which article can the President of India proclaim a national emergency? Correct answer. Article 352. National emergency is proclaimed by the President under Article 352. It can be declared on ground of war, external aggression or armed rebellion. Next question. National emergency declared on grounds of war or external aggression is also called. Correct answer. External emergency. National emergency on grounds of war or external aggression is termed external emergency. Example 1962 China War, 1971 Pakistan War. Next question. Which constitutional amendment replaced the term international disturbance with armed rebellion for proclaiming national emergency? Correct answer. 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. Before 1978, national emergency could be declared for internal disturbance. The 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978 restricted this to armed rebellion, preventing misuse of powers. Next question. A national emergency once approved by the Parliament remains in force for how long? Correct answer 6 months. Once approved, a national emergency continues for 6 months. It can be extended indefinitely with parliamentary approval for every 6 months. Next question. Which of the following years saw the proclamation of national emergency in India? Correct answer 1962, 1971, 1975. 1962 China War, 1971 Indo-Pak War, and 1975 International Emergency by Indira Gandhi are the three instances when national emergency was imposed in India. Next question. Under which article can the President's rule be proclaimed? Correct answer Article 356. President's rules is imposed under Article 356 if a state government fails to function according to constitutional provisions. Next question. President's rules in a state can be imposed in case of. Correct answer. Failure of constitution machinery in the state. If a state government fails to function constitutionally, the President can impose President's rule under Article 356. Next question. Which article of the Indian Constitution is called the dead letter of the Constitution? Correct answer Article 356. Article 356 is termed as a dead letter of the Constitution by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, as he hoped it would rarely be used. Next question. What is the minimum duration for which President's rule can remain in force in a state? Correct answer 3 years. Initially, President's rule lasts for 6 months. It can be extended with parliamentary approval up to a maximum of 3 years. Next question. Under which article Can a financial emergency be proclaimed? Correct answer Article 360. Article 360 empowers the President to proclaim a financial emergency in the financial stability of India is threatened. Next question. Financial emergency can be declared by the President when financial stability or credit of India is threatened. Article 360 allows the President to declare financial emergency when India's financial stability or credit is under threat. Next question. Which of the following is a consequence of financial emergency? Correct answer. Reduction of salary and allowances of government employees including judges. During a financial emergency, the President can direct reduction of salaries and allowances of central or state government employees and judges to restore financial stability. Next question. Which of the following pardoning powers of the President completely absolve a person of the crime sentence? Correct answer. Pardon. Pardon. The President can completely absolve the person of the offense and punishment. It removes both the sentence and disqualification. Example, if a person is sentenced to death, a presidential pardon can cancel the punishment. Next question. Reprieve means correct answer stay of execution of sentence for a temporary period. Reprieve a temporary delay in the execution of a sentence, especially death sentence. It gives the convict time to seek judicial remedies or clemency. Next question. The reduction of the amount of sentence without changing its character is known as correct answer remission. Remission reduces the duration of punishment without changing its nature. Example, a 10-year sentence reduces to 5-year remains imprisonment, not a different punishment. Avoiding a lesser sentence than originally prescribed is known as correct answer respite. Respite avoiding a lesser sentence considering special circumstances like pregnancy, disability, etc. Example, death sentence reduced to life imprisonment due to health condition. Next question. Substituting one form of punishment with another lesser form is called correct answer commutation. Commutation means substituting one punishment with a lighter form. Example, death sentence commuted to life imprisonment. Next question. The veto power of the President refers to correct answer power to refuse to approve a bill. Veto power means the power of the President to refuse assent to a bill passed by Parliament. Without presidential assent, a bill cannot become law. Next question. How many types of veto powers are granted to the President of India? Correct answer 4. The President has 4 veto powers: absolute veto, qualified veto, suspensive veto, pocket veto. Next question. Absolute veto means correct answer withholding assent to a bill passed by Parliament. Absolute veto is when the President holds assent to a bill and the bill dies. Generally used in case of private members' bills or if the government has fallen. Next question. In 1954, which president used absolute veto to withhold assent to the PEPSO? Correct answer Dr. Rajendra Prasad. In 1954, Dr. Rajendra Prasad withheld his assent to the PEPSO appropriation bill after the state was merged with Punjab. Since the legislature ceased to exist, the bill became irrelevant. Next question. In 1991, which president withheld his assent to the salary allowances and pension of MPs? Correct answer R. Venkataraman. In 1991, President R. Venkataraman withheld his assent to the salary allowances and pension of MPs using absolute veto. Next question. Suspensive veto of the President means correct answer returning a bill for reconsideration by Parliament. Suspensive veto, the President can return a bill if Parliament passes it again with his simple majority. The President must give assent. Next question. The only case of pocket veto in India was used in 1986 by which president? Correct answer Gyani Zail Singh. In 1986, President Gyani Zail Singh used pocket veto on the Indian Post Office Bill. He neither signed nor returned it, keep it pending indefinitely. Your last question. The President of India has no veto power in case of correct answer Constitutional Amendment Bill. As per 24th Constitutional Amendment Act 1971, the President must give assent to a constitutional amendment bill. He has no veto power in this case. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, kindly like, share and subscribe to the channel.